Hey, what's up guys? Evan here again with another deck review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Ornate decks, which come in Scarlet and Sapphire. There's some really incredible looking decks. So let's get into the review. We'll talk about the box first. We'll take a look at the blue one to start out with. At the top it says Sapphire in big letters. Then you've got a nice design around this big spade in the center. And at the bottom it says Ornate playing cards. And then around the side you have this border which looks like the ones that you'll see on the cards. On the back you have the back design. Looks really nice. And another thing that I like is that this tab right here is continued with this design, and if you actually fold it over it holds the back design. Now on the sides it says the US Playing Card Company, and this side says Magic Finish Made in the USA. The bottom you've got some copyright info and HOPC, which is for House of Playing Cards, which is where these were sold. And the top says Midnight Card Company, which is the company that designed these. Now we'll take a look at the red one. The red one is pretty much the same except that it's red. And at the top it says Scarlet, and in the center you've got a diamond instead of a spade. And you've got the red back design. The sides say the same thing, and so does the bottom. So we'll take a look at the cards inside now. First we'll take a look at the extra cards that you get with the deck. You get a House of Playing Cards ad card, and the back of that one says Ornate with the pips, which looks very nice. You also get this card, which with the blue deck you'll have the blue back design on this side, and then on the other side you have a split back, which is really cool. Now we'll take a look at the jokers and the ace of spades. The jokers are identical except that one is red and one is blue with a black or dark gray background. And it's a jester head on top of a scepter. It's very interesting looking, really different from most jokers that I've seen. And you'll also notice that in the corners you've got this very nice, elegant design which looks similar to the back design. Looks really nice. So there's the jokers, and we'll take a look at the ace of spades, which also has that design in these two corners, which looks nice. And the ace of spades is the same spade that we saw on the front of the Sapphire deck box. It's really nice, it looks really great, and it really pops off of that black background. The bottom it says Ornate, United States of America, and the US Playing Card Company. And actually all of the other aces have large pips in the center and that design in the corners, which I really like. So there's the ace of diamonds, here's the ace of clubs, and then the ace of hearts. So those look really nice, and that's something that I like about some decks that we've been seeing lately, is that they have the large pips on all of the aces. Now we'll take a look at the number cards and what those look like. Here's the 10 of diamonds. You can see that the diamonds and hearts all have a red background, and the pips are custom. Everything is custom in this deck. It looks really nice, and the indices, as you can see, are nice and bold and big, and that's good for poker. These decks would be really good for poker because you can tell the cards apart pretty easily and you can see them from far away. You'll also notice that all of the cards have a border on the face, and it's a really nice looking border, and then the two sides you've got a cool looking design which you'll see in the fans. It looks really neat. And here are the clubs, and you'll also notice that in the background of all of the cards there's a nice design in there which gives the cards a nice depth. Here are the hearts, and here are the spades. So the hearts and diamonds have a red background and the spades and clubs have a dark gray. Now we'll take a look at the court cards. The court cards have a really unique look to them. It's really unlike any other deck that I've seen. Here's one of the jacks, the jack of clubs. It's a really cool looking design and I really like it a lot. Now we'll take a look at the Queen of Hearts. They've all got a similar sort of look to them and it's a really unique design. Here's the King of Spades and you can really see the detail and the artwork that was put into this deck. It's really impressive. So there's your court cards. The faces are all the same on each deck. Nothing is really changed. Now we'll take a look at these back designs. The red one you can see is red and white, and the back designs really are incredible. You can see that there's just so much detail and depth to them, and if you really stare at the card you can really just admire it. And these borders are thin, which I like, and they look really great in fans, which we'll see in a little bit. So there's your red back design, or the Scarlet back design. And now we'll take a look at my favorite, which is the blue. It's a nice blue and gold, and the colors really contrast really nicely and they go together really well. So there's your blue back design, and again you can see the detail and the depth in these cards. Just really, really nice. And I have to give props to the United States Playing Card Company also for pulling this off. They did a great job printing these. So now that we've seen the design of the deck, let's take a look at the handling. For the handling, we'll use the blue deck because it's my favorite out of the two. The decks have Aristocrat stock and Magic finish, and I wasn't too sure about the stock because it's sort of a soft stock. And with all of this ink saturation, I wasn't sure how these are going to hold up, but I was really, really surprised with these. I used these more than most decks in my collection because I really love the look of these, and they've held up really well, which was really surprising with all of that ink saturation. And we'll take a look at the fans. Fanning with this deck is really cool because they've got a front and back border and the borders are thin, and you've also got this second inner circle from that border design, which looks really cool, and you can also see it in the back. So the fans with this deck are really, really cool, and they fan nice and smooth. There's a little close-up. The stock is really, really soft, and some people might prefer that, some people might not. But it's also a springy stock, which is good for springs and dribbles, which is really nice. With the stock being this soft, it makes it really easy to do pressure fans, and they really look nice. So there's a pressure fan. Spreads in the hands are nice and smooth, and spreads on the close-up pads are really something to look at. You've got an amazing pattern going on, and the design shows, which really looks incredible. Again, with the soft stock, it makes it easy to do lapel spreads, and you can see the design shows, and it really looks nice in spreads. The cards faro really nicely and easily. You can get nice and good faros. As you can see, some really nice faros. And a nice thing about this deck is that even with heavy use, chipping of the edges doesn't show up, which is great. And the deck is great for giant fans as well. You can see that the design shows. The giant fans really look incredible and really stunning. You can see up close that the design shows really nicely in giant fans. This is a deck that I definitely recommend picking up if you are a card collector, definitely. A flourisher, definitely, because the design is really nice. A magician, you could definitely use these if you wanted to. And if you're a poker player, these were designed with you in mind. So definitely check these out. I'll put a link in the description to where you can get these. You can also get Ornate poker chips, which you can check out a review of those on my channel, and the link to those will be in the description. And you can also get these custom brick boxes. You can get red, blue, purple for midnight cards, and black for the split brick. And they're all signed, and they can go into this cool header position, which is nice for displaying them, and they're really not that expensive. So the links for all of that will be in the description. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.